What did those poor Arma chickens ever do to anyone around here?
Existed. That was
yeah.
it.
That's what you're gonna do.
Simply their
You get
existence
shot.
is offensive to me. We must kill all the chickens and eat them.
Shit, the chickens have found out how to use artillery. Run!
The chickens are figuring out how to use the nukes. Next TFO up, we have to go after the chicken army.
Could call it Chicken Little.
Let's grab me a firearm.
You know, first you need some gasoline and a lighter, and you're up. Yeah, thank you. I don't know shit.
He, who, he, who,
Fuck's sake, Nero. Oh, what the fuck is an AK-19? Is that a real gun? I'd never heard of that before.
Yes,
There's so many fucking AKs.
I'd never heard of
It's
it.
an AK that was made in 2019.
Ah, hence the one. Look at my tiger camouflage. That's tactical. That is tactical.
Did they actually name it after year it was made for once?
Yeah, AK-47 was made in 1947.
When was the AK-74 made,
Isn't
Husky?
Isn't there,
74.
isn't there one they named it after the year they thought they would get rid of it or something like that?
The AK-12?
No. That's the year they manufactured it.
Oh, can I go Riot Shield? Oh,
Yeah.
When was the AK-74 made? Was he 1974? You fucking idiot!
Yeah, no, there was
look at the
one.
SLR.
I forget which one it was, but there is a gun that was made that was given a number designation after the year they discontinue it or something like that.
No,
Of course.
it's the year of manufacturing.
Yeah, I don't think it was an AK, but there's one gun like that.
I don't know what AK stands for. You gotta ask Peacemaker for that. He's Russian. He should know.
It stands for Augmented Kalashnikov.
Oh, there we go.
It doesn't really, I made that up. But it works, doesn't it? It could.
It could be something Kalashnikov.
I tend to just always smoke so I don't end up like last time.
Oh, the chickens have found the armory.
The English are coming!
And
That is a much more threatening statement in Ireland than anywhere else in the world, isn't it, to be
The
fair?
redcoats are coming!
so yeah, so we use the Ace M84, right? What's the other one?
I'm not too sure.
IHS. Is there actually any difference?
Yeah, so what I found out is the M87 IHS damages you, but the Ace version doesn't.
Is anyone else's character doing this smoking animation while they're sitting down, or is it just me?
I think they just move around like nonchalantly anyway.
My dude's like smoking, but he hasn't got a cigarette in his hand. Looks like he's just blowing kisses.
Yeah, just laying down on my screen. I think that's about all I need.
Look at his dickhead in the black uniform and a white helmet.
You're in one of those.
What a fucking knob.
You're in one of those moods today, aren't you, Nero? Ah! He's gone.
I think I need to join the. Didn't I already join the KO?
Hey, Nero, jump.
TFO unit? Why the hell do I? Can I find it? Oh well.
I find every now and then it kicks me out of that. I can't tell you why. But...
I for some reason I can't access any Arma factions on the weekend. I don't get that at all.
You're in the naughty
Like it
box.
just refuses to work on the weekend itself.
Does anyone know if the RHS ammo is all good? That's not gonna.
Do you have chickens inside as well?
Time to get some flashbangs. So, what is the good flashbang? Is it the red flashbang or the white one?
It's the
Ace
M80
one is.
Yeah, M84 Ace. That's the flashbang.
Got it.
Yeah.
I
so-
know that I'm going to need some breaching charges, so let me get rid of all these smoke grenades.
He removed the breaching charge mod.
With what? No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's not in there anymore.
Oh, Father Mucker, so he did. Well, I tell you what, a fucking satchel charger will still make a hole. I'll just take some more. I'll take some more bloody.
The fuck? Yeah, no, I'm a bit upset with that because the breaching charge mod was also the one with the door stoppers, and I was going to use them for my mission.
I had breaching charges included in one of mine, but to be fair, I've not made them correctly, so they're not going to be used.
Yeah, no.
It was only a small part. I mean, you can use a satchel charge to make a hole in a wall anyway.
Yeah, no, but since I couldn't use the door stoppers, I had to figure out how to do lock doors and Eden Edda and unlock them in Zeus. Which isn't that hard, but still.
Guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Do we know that RHS ammo is that alright? That kills people, yeah? That's not bugged.
I would go with NA arms. You can't go wrong with those.
This is cool. Whee!
I'm using
I
ammo.
don't see no NA arms in the list.
Then I would go with cup.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
RHS is like a last resort, is it?
you spin me.
Yeah.
Roger.
Thank
you.
RHS is weak in the cup now. That's what Viking says.
Cool. Thank you.
I saw. Oh shit!
What?
Southeast.
Oh, it's an osprey.
My fucking mouse, I need to delete.
It's a box,
What about HLC ammo, Husky?
and that box is coming to really fast.
Husky,
Say again?
what's HLC ammo? Is that any good?
HOC.
Hotel Lima Charlie.
Hang on. Hotel Lima Charlie ammo.
It's right down the bottom.
Not...
It's the ones with the little tracer colours down the bottom of the ammo. Oh my god, there's a giant chicken. What the fuck?
Yeah, you sure it's not Hotel Sierra Lima?
No, HLC. It's the very bottom ones on the ammo that have
I see the giant
white,
chicken.
yellow, green, blue.
I see Vikings.
Oh, I know blue is your subsonic.
No, I know, but I'm saying, is that ammo like buggy or does it work or?
Not free to you.
Not that I know of. Oh my fucking god.
PMAG 30 Ranger plate. We'll take. Should do it.
Why is it so big?
That's the biggest cock I've ever seen.
Oh look, it's tiny now.
Must be cold.
Flashing back and forth for me. Can I interact?
Hero, do me a favour. Run down the road for me.
Right.
You're going to chase after him with the giant chicken.
No, it should follow him. There we go.
Yeah.
Is this how you make goats follow shepherds during an op?
No, that's just random waypoints, but this is a newer, easier way. Yeah, there we go.
I will say,
Alright, I'm not even going to delete that. You can have it following around the entire training.
I will say it kind of flashes between big and small.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, this fucking laser doesn't work. What's the laser that's got a visible laser, guys? It's not the one I thought it was.
I'm using the LOM01.
Okay.
That should have flashlight
All
laser
right.
and IR.
Alright, everyone, it is training time. So, obviously, I've made a note of who's here and who's not. Monarch could be slightly late. Thank you for the rest of you that have turned up. Really appreciate it. Looks like I have to go and speak to people after this. Anyway, today we were going to have a general idea of multiple breaching. So 2 teams breaching simultaneously. But because of the numbers and stuff like that, where's Nero? Oh, they're right in front of me. I thought we had 6 then. Because of the numbers, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that. Although we could technically do it, but you get a choice in this now. We could do that, or we could go over some infantry SOPs, which is something that we were going to do anyway next week. I'd rather have it when everybody's on because, like I said, that's quite important. So we'll go over attacking a position and what a squad leader needs to think of. This you may think to yourself it may not apply to you because either you're not a squad leader or you don't like going squad leader, whatever. But it'll benefit you all in understanding about the tactical implications you need to think about if you're a squad leader. But if you're not, you can still think about them and understand how a squad leader will think about it. And it'll give you more of an open idea of what to expect. So, squad leader stuff and tactics and attacking an objective. So you can go different classes, and we'll do a couple of exercises and mocks of attacking objectives. Or we'll do simultaneous breaching. Have a little discussion about between yourselves, see what you want to do.
Oh, I'm good for whatever, personally. So it's up to...
If we go between twos, we've got enough people to do 3 2-man breaching teams, which in a small or a non-thingy heavy,
It'll be 2 teams. It'll be 2 teams. 2 teams is usually what you use it with.
Yeah, I think in my opinion we've got the numbers as long as obviously Zeus doesn't plough down loads of enemies. We've got enough to go through the motions and learn it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got enough to do the theory of it, in my opinion.
Okay, so James, you want to do CQB? All right, Husky. Very thoughtful, Husky. I like
I'm
it.
free to do whatever. Muted, vaping.
Okay, Dragon.
Whatever.
Very helpful. Peacemaker. We've got an option of choice today, my friend. We have CQB, multiple breaching. We'll go over that. Or we will go over tactics on assaulting a position and what the squad leader needs to think about and how to execute it more fluidly.
Pardon me.
Sorry, now it's working. Hello, guys.
Hello, Peacemaker. Did you hear what I just said?
No.
Oh, okay. You got a choice today, mate. The vote is pretty much 1 for CQB at the moment. The rest don't give a shit. You've got multiple CQB breaching, so 2 different teams breaching the same building, and how to prevent crossfire and what you need to do to work together. Or we can go over, which is again what we're starting next week, is attacking a position. So essentially, what goes into it, what a squad leader must do, how the team works, how the communication works, what I want to start seeing with SOPs, and more fluidity in that regard. What do you want to go over? What do you want to
Attacking a position.
We're taking a position. Okay, so it's 1-1. Riff, you're the deciding factor. What do you want to go over?
Attacking a position.
Okay, attacking a position is. Okay, right. So that settles it then. Right, so what we're going to do is going to teleport you over. I'll teleport you as well, Riff.
Should we wait for peace?
Peace is already in.
Where is he? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. And we shall start.
Got a nice CQB sight on my gun and everything, you bastards.
It's alright, you'll have plenty of time to play around.
We did do CQB last week, though, in fairness.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's break this down, okay, into sections, okay, into bits by bits, small little chunks, okay. So at the start of an operation, okay, most of you don't realize how much planning, or some of you do, how much planning it takes for a squad leader to implement an effective strategy. Now, anybody can plan anything, all right, and you can have the best plan in the world, all right, but it very rarely survives first contact, all right, because things go to shit. However, a good squad leader is what I've always thought of anyway, is their plan is adaptable, so it can adapt. If it's a plan that will break at the first sign of trouble, it's not a very good plan. All right, you need to have a flexible plan. So the first thing I always do, okay, when I look at upon an objective, is I'll use my map. Your map is your best friend as a squad leader, okay? And this goes for infantry as well. Now, let me just make it clear. What I don't want to see in operations, okay, when the squad leader's planning is you guys coming along and going, squad leader, have you thought about going in that position? Because that position's much better. You know, within reason, of course. Don't be Mr. Suggestion, okay? But you can also look at this and have an idea of possible points that you may attack from. It most likely will happen that you'll pick one of the points that you spot, more than likely, okay? So let's look at where we are right now, okay? So for those of you that don't know where we're at, we are at grid reference 055 No, sorry, 060055. Sorry, 056. All right, where basically to the northwest of AA and AT range. 060056. Okay, over here. Now, let's look at this position. Let's look at the information the map is showing us. And this goes for any class. Sniper, AT, automatic rifleman, normal rifleman, AA, you name it. You need to look at this terrain first, right, to soak up as much information. And the information you should be looking for is, where's the best place for a vantage point? Where's the best place for foliage? Where can I move from cover to cover? Is there open ground? Is there possibly a vehicle or a large town nearby? Is there an airfield? Is it near water? That sort of thing. All of these can play various contributing factors in how you plan your mission, okay, or how you plan your squad's assault. And it also changes the way the squad adapts to the environment. So, for example, it'd be pretty damn stupid of me, and I'm pretty sure all of you would agree, that if we were at Communal firing range right now, for me to order a full-on attack to the northwest out in the open, across that little pitch of sand in this box. Here. Pretty damn stupid. Because there's no cover, right? It's at a disadvantage going up against a slightly elevated position of about 10 meters on average, all right? We got no room to maneuver on the right because the ocean's blocking us, and we can get contacted from the left, which is high vantage point as well. It's pretty much fucked on that, right? And there's good concealment in the hills here. Okay, so if I was going to attack from Communal air range or firing range to this objective, let's mark this objective as an attack objective. Okay. And over here. All right. Essentially, you've got multiple opportunities or choices to pick from. Now, you've got to understand what's at your disposal. So let's look at it from a rifleman's perspective. A rifleman, okay, has no real choice in the matter. It's up to the squad lead. So you don't really have to sit there and be Mr. Tactical Sun Tzu. Okay? You're going to go with the squad leader says. Now, let's look at it from a marksman position. Where would you think the marksman will be most likely to get a good vantage point on that objective? Riff, don't answer.
Hill 38.
Where's Hill 38? Can you mark it on the map for me? Just give it a circle.
To the west.
Right, if we're at Communal firing range, a marksman has to travel all the way around. It's going to take some time. Where's the most fastest method to get eyes on?
One of these buildings.
There's a radio tower 3-1.
Okay, yeah. So that's an obvious one. Yes, it's
There's
a good
actually
one.
a radio tower in the firing
Yeah,
range.
perfect. There's a radio tower. Standing on a radio tower, you're a little bit more exposed, but it is an option. The same as if you go for Hill 81, but here it's a very high vantage point. It's higher than the objective, and it's got a pretty clear line of sight. So yes, that could be an option. Husky, yeah, that's another option. It's slightly higher than 19, not by much, but it could offer some advantage. Right, but you could also restrict your vision because you're not on a higher profile ground. So yeah. Anything else?
Those buildings.
Coast.
That would be a bit tricky because you got to. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, but it's be a bit more tricky. Anyone else?
Those buildings to the southeast, east of the firing range, on a bit of a hill, right?
You mean circle it for me, dude?
Hold on, I'm in C tab.
Just go on the normal map. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can use those as well. So, yeah, you're starting to think now about different positions. Okay, Husky, that building you marked on the southwest is no.
No.
Not really, because you got foliage to block your shot and stuff like that. It's not a very good idea. I mean, it might work, but I doubt it.
Is that really obvious one we're all missing?
You are, sorry?
Is that really obvious one we're all missing right now?
Go on then.
Is there?
What?
Where?
Is there an obvious one we're all missing?
Yeah, what obvious one are we missing?
You heard me say the big number 4 tower in the middle of the base, didn't you?
Big number 4 tower in the middle of the base.
I mean, if you...
Yeah, that's not marked. Right, guys, don't be smart asses now.
Oh, no, I didn't know it was just on map. Okay.
Right, look at your map. It's not marked on the map. All right,
Okay.
That's a custom asset that I put in. But yes, if that was there, that is also another position that you could use as a marksman shooting position. Right, let's look at automatic rifleman. Where would be a good place for an automatic rifleman to set up? So maybe suppressing fire. Where would you think? Just if you were an automatic rifleman, where would you like to set up? I'll tell you what, put a little dot and put your name in there of where you think, instead of marking all these lines all over the place, because I don't know who's who. I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay, cool. Right. So what we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to teleport you over to each marker point, and you're going to see if this is a viable option or not. And you're going to start to learn about using the map's azimuth, right, to get a good understanding of the terrain altitude, and also as well the distance, and also the contour interval and elevation in meters, all of this stuff. Okay. This part is a bit boring, guys. I fully appreciate that, but it is really important. All right. Right, so give me a second. Let me just teleport you over to the first marker. The first marker we're going to look at is James's. Oops, sorry, Riff. All right. So, would you think that this is a good position for James to use as a suppressed, covering and suppressive fire position?
It was a bit too far.
As long as I had 7.62, I reckon it'd be fine. 5.56 now. Bit too far.
5.6 would do it. It's got to compensate.
Yeah, you can reach, but you want to be reaching with a tight group, and you're not going to tight group here with an automatic weapon.
No. It's going to be quite far spread. But I can see where you're coming from, James. And yes, you would get a viewpoint on it, but maybe not the most effective position you could utilize. But good effort. Good try. Right. Let us look at the next one. Let me just right-click on you guys. Sorry, everyone's markers have gone really dark, right? All right, Peacemaker. Have a look where you want to set up then, bud. You've put this marker down here. Let's have a look. Where would you want to set up?
So, menu around here, maybe this building to the right, maybe the tower on my left.
Okay, which one would you choose?
I start from the building on the right if there is a window. No, not really.
All right, no worries. Let's look at the tower. Let's look at the tower.
Yeah, it's going to be the tower then.
Have a look, guys, and give me your opinion.
Meh.
I'd say that's probably less vision than mine, similar range to mine, and yeah, maybe a touch more cover, but to be honest, the rock's a good cover as well. And you're probably harder to spot in mine.
And that comm tower's in the way.
Yeah, it's limited, you know, observation.
You can help me then, guys. We'll go to the next position. All right, we're on Nero's position now. So, Nero, try and set up a good position.
This looked much higher than it was, but you could easily use the foliage here as cover.
Okay, so yeah, it's you've got eyes on it. You're closer than a lot of the others so far, so your spread and your wouldn't be so bad. You could have tight grouping, which is good. Obviously, you're maybe about the same, maybe a little bit of a disadvantage in regards to terrain level, but you can still see the majority of the main second floor buildings and most of the ground because it's open, not much cover. Riff, would you mind teleporting Monarch over when she loads in properly?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you guys think?
Well,
it is a bit exposed, but you have got the foliage as cover.
Yeah, I think it's alright, you know, it's pretty close to the objective not to be separated from the main force. You can have the exit routes, yeah, you know, some rocks here and there. Yeah.
I think my with all these situations, the problem is it all really depends on what the rest of the squad are going to do.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're out here on your own, you can be flanked really easily because you've got dead ground just over that ridge to our west, and you can't see the enemy coming out of the buildings ahead to go up there, so you can be cut off quite quickly. If the squad has already moved up to that ground, which is kind of where I'd be expecting them to be if the machine gunner's here, then yeah, they can cut off any flank on the machine gunner. But again, most of these positions, it's all really dependent on what the general squad movement's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the other thing as well is that the automatic gunner becomes the focus of the enemy's attention when he opens up.
Bingo.
He is everything to them. He's the main threat they've got to try and neutralise. That's what the rest of the squad's trying to bank on. You know, you're almost a decoy out here, so you don't want to be sitting somewhere where you can get neutralised really quickly.
Put it this way, the automatic rifleman, all right, is like a wasp around a picnic with people, right? The picnic and the people having the picnic are the enemies, and then there's flies, right, which are the normal infantry. They're annoying, go away, trying to swap them on, but a wasp comes on, they get really thin about it, all right? Because they're the biggest threat to them at that time. So just remember that. All right, Husky, some of yours. All right. Okay, so let's have a little look around, see what you think.
I would set up on a spot here, looking down.
What do you think?
Are the main squad attacking from Communal?
Well, yeah.
My initial thought is A, the trees are quite unfortunate because you can't see much, and B, if all the enemies are shooting towards the east or south, you might not actually see them because they'll be stuck in those buildings the other side of the walls. And you've got to lug it all the way around here on your own without getting seen.
Anybody else?
Basically the same thing as James.
All in agreement, or someone disagrees, or
I'd
what?
say the only thing about this place is visibility is low, but I disagree with James on him saying that they'd all be focused on the one at Camino, because he did just say that the gunner would be a distraction. So they would be facing this way.
Fair.
Okay. All right. Have I missed anybody else's marker out?
Yeah,
Mine.
dragons.
Dragons. Right. Sorry, Dragon. Oh, there you are. Right. Sorry, buddy. Give me a second. For those of you the markers I've just done, if you could go into map and just delete it, that would be great. All right. I've just spawned you in, and you're obviously on top of the roof at this point, so give me a second.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, in my mind, this was like one of those two-story barracks.
Okay. Right. Well, it's not. Would you still consider this a good position?
Honestly, yeah, especially with these barriers right here.
Mm.
All right. Anybody else disagree? Anybody agree? What? Come on.
I
Your thoughts.
agree that this was the position that, of all the ones that picked it, I would have picked on.
Yeah.
Mainly because he can't be flanked easily. He can see flankers coming round, but also he's going to really drag the attention of the defenders over here, which gives the squad a bit of latitude to be moving.
Yeah. Spot on. Anybody else?
Oh, with
It's a pretty good position. I would not be stationed like super close to that wall on our right because it attracts RPGs and all other explosives. So maybe somewhere here on the left, as Riff said. So yeah, I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the barriers you're quite safe as well, which is an important thing.
Yeah. That's yeah. All right.
Let's face it. The other thing to think of is that you're not really trying to kill them. If you kill them, it's a bonus. You're trying to make the fuckers get their heads down. You're trying to keep them down on the ground and not watching what's going on, And from here, that can be done. Even if you're slamming rounds into the roof above them in those buildings, it's going to keep them down.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. So we've gone through marksman and we've gone through automatic rifleman. Okay. So as a squad leader, it's your job, or second IC, to take that into account. Understand what you've got to play with. All right, and take into account when you're planning your overall objective. Also, it's your job to take into account other assets you have at your disposal. You may have, for example, a mortar team, or you may have a vehicle of some kind, or aircraft. And all of this plays into you forming your tactical plan. Now, obviously, I'm over-exaggerating a lot of this initially, just to make a point. But if you're attacking a position, these are all factors you need to place in regards to your team. Right, your team composition is super important, and this is also important for the infantry people in your squad or members of your fire team to know their role. So, for example, the things start breaking down if, say, for example, an automatic rifleman wants to be the door kicker. Yeah, the automatic rifleman can definitely be the door kicker, right? But they serve a better purpose in suppressing and covering and using it as a mobile firing platform to keep the AI's heads down and distraction methods. It's the same thing as a medic. I think pretty sure all of you would disagree that you would think it's a good idea to send a medic in first in a CQB scenario, yeah? Because you understand the value of a medic. And it's the same thing with all the other classes. Just because they haven't got a big fancy red cross on their arm does not mean they're less valuable, right? It's just different circumstances. If, for example, you were dealing with a tank, AT becomes the biggest importance to you, the most precious resource, because that's the only thing that can take it out, right? If you're dealing with a mass amount of infantry on a massive defense mission with infantry charging and there's a choke point, the automatic rifleman will be someone you want to keep up, because they're the ones with a big heavy daka. If you're dealing with an air threat, the AA becomes something that you want to keep alive, because that's the only thing, well, not the only thing, but that's the thing that's built to take that on with relative ease. And it's the same thing with all of these different classes. So it's really important that when you select a class in an operation, you're fully aware of the responsibility that you're going to come under on do. Just because it's a gun and it's an automatic rifle, and doesn't matter, it's easy. It's not, okay? Because AI, I mean, Husky, you found that out the hard way in the last the V4 test, right? How many times did the AI just, go for you?
Too many fucking times.
Exactly.
They're aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you did shitty cover, but still, all right? You know, they will target you. If you aggro them, it's an aggro level, okay? So if you're the one that's killing and suppressing them, they're going to get pissy at you. And then Little Red Riding Hood's going to come out the door with a bad attitude or an RPG and then make a day very bad. Okay? Right. So, now that we've done that, okay, let's use one last... I think I just went to Zeus and back. Let's use a scenario. So what I want to do, okay, is I want to sort of get people to start thinking about a tactical environment. So, your mission is this, all right? And we're going to do it entirely on the map, okay? We're at Communal firing range. We're going to be attacking that position that I've marked on the map for you. Each of you, I want you to pick a color. So I tell you what, we'll do it in pairs. Yeah. So I'll have Peacemaker and Nero, Monarch and Husky, James and Dragonwing. And if you could do me a favor and double click on your map and change your color to a different color, please. So can I have Husky and Monarch as red, Dragon and James as green, and Nero and Peacemaker as blue? Just double click and then type change. Color, drop it down, and then you can change it. And then basically anything you put down will be in that color. And then what I want you to do is you have 3 markers you can use, just 3. Right? It can be any type. It can be a rally point, it can be an RV point, whatever you want to do. It can be an arrow, but you have 3 markers. And what I want you to do is I want you to mark the map and lay out a 3-point plan for me in how you would attack this position.
What's our assets?
Just your team. Just your full team. That's it. So the typical squad composition of automatic rifleman, an AT, a medic, and rifleman, and a second squad leader. I don't want you to form a plan of how individually you would take over each building. It's just how you would get there and how would you commence the attack. 3 markers. Take your time, you've got about 5 minutes to do this, alright? Have a think about it. I'll tell you what, branch each other out into groups. Put yourself on Whisper. So Husky and Monarch, over there. Put yourself on Whisper and I'll call you on the radio to come back in.
Dragon.
If anyone draws a dick on the map, I'm going to smack him with it.
Dragon.
Yep.
Over here, dude. This is us. We were standing next to each other and you ran away.
Oh, right.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to just do mine if you want to do yours as well, and then we can maybe pick the best one, because that way we'll get 2 ideas to pick from rather than 1, if that makes sense. We can combine them and shit.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember what my fucking... There it is. There we go, that's my fucking voice changer thing. Okay. And how do you draw lines on the map again? I forget.
You can only use 3 markers, no lines.
Yeah, so...
No, Peacemaker, we're blue.
Negative.
Alright, yeah. think I got mine already.
Well, fuck you guys. Green's better.
I think I got mine.
What?
Yeah, so my plan is basically
You can use different markers, by the way.
yeah, right.
Ah, shit, what is that? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so I've done mine. Let me know when you've done yours. Can you put yours in global just so it's easy to see?
It should be in global. Oh no, it's inside. There we go. Here we go, there's mine.
I'm going to move one of mine, wait one. How far away is that? That's half okay, that's not too bad. Cool, do you want to tell me your plan?
So, at Camino, over here, hold on, over here, you have basically support. So automatic rifleman, maybe DMR, basically providing support fire to the team. The main attack force is down here at the south, and they're going to push at it basically at the same elevation that the base is already on. And then to the west here, we have sort of a warning groups. That's going to be like AT and maybe 2 IC, and they're just going to watch the road for reinforcements.
I don't think anyone else would have thought about that. That's quite a good point. Mine you can probably guess, which is you start a Camino, you try and use the foliage and shit. To be honest, if I could draw a line on the map, I wouldn't just go directly point to point, but it would be RV in the tree line here. Use this tree line for cover, cross the road, especially where the tree line is, so you've got more cover. Drop off your MG somewhere in this tree line here. So he's got a little bit of cover, and he's got only about a half a kilometre shot to the base. And then you move your main squad down to this attack point where you're actually coming in from a height advantage, and you can actually remain pretty much invisible until you get to about, I think it's about here is where you crest the hill, so you can actually remain hidden until you're very close, which gives you a lot less open ground to cover. A couple of smoke grenades and you're in there doing hand-to-hand fighting, basically. A good point maybe that I would take into account now I've heard your plan is maybe you do leave your AT guy with the MG
1 minute,
as a
everyone.
support, and that way if anything QRF comes along the road, he can fuck it up. But he's also quite survivable here, I think, because of the ground and the cover and shit. Do you know what I mean? He's got a bit of tree cover. There should be probably some rocks around that you can find. Yeah. What do you reckon?
That's pretty good.
I think I like this part of my one more because you're probably a lot less likely to die than this. Is quite a bit of open ground. That's 200 meters plus of open ground. Or 300 meters of open ground in the attack, whereas this is about half that, which I think I would much rather do.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone, rally up back on me then.
Say again.
The problem is you basically have to walk around the entire base.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, which you have to go a lot further up into the trees.
Something like that.
What do you want to go for?
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Which one do you want to go for?
I'm not sure.
Let me turn my volume up. Right, so the purpose of this is not to basically pick at each individual's planning, alright? There are many ways to skin a cat, okay? I know it's a weird saying, but... So, what I'm going to have you do now is each group, you're going to explain your plan to me, alright? And you're going to explain it to the rest of the group. And then what we're going to do, all right, is we're going to basically take a critical look at it and see if this is something that, in theory, could work. Because that's what a plan is. A theoretical plan of how you want the battlefield or how you want the play to go. All right? So we'll start off from the right. So Husky and Monarch. Which color did you go again? Forgot?
Red.
Okay. Could you explain the first marker for me?
First marker is at Communal, firing range, and it's basically setting up a base of fire, like an MG and a Rifleman or something like that.
Okay, not a problem. The second marker.
The second red marker is basically the rest of the team would leave the MG there, move to the next point, which they would then set up the second base of fire and wait for the MG to catch up and go past.
Okay, Husky, third point.
So, oh fuck, hang on. A tab, that's a habit. Towards the MG comes to where we're at. Then the Rifleman and all the rest goes to the third dot, while the MG has a base of fire where the middle dot is. MG takes the brunt of, well, takes the attack fourth, and then the rest of the team on hill, the E8 leapfrogs towards the compound and clear it out.
Okay. Summarize for me in a simple words for me how this plan goes. I know you explained it in a bit of detail with each point, but now summarize it for me.
Me or
either one of you.
basically moving a base of fire so we can get as close as we can to the compound, and hopefully they don't see us. And if they do, we've got firepower down.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is give us a brief. So imagine we're your team, and you're about to give us a brief for the mission. Husky.
Okay, so MG and one Rifleman stay here, look towards the objective. You're going to be base of fire, whilst the rest of the guys are going to go southwest into the forest, wrap around to the second dot where we're going to set up another base of fire. Then the MG, once we call you, is going to go take the same route and catch up to us. If we get seen, we already have one base of fire already down, or two preferably. We'll just take it from there and see what goes. But if we don't get seen and the MG comes up to us, MG stays where our second position is and we go to the third. Once we're in position, hammer anvil, MG takes the first shot, get them nice and fucking spooked. And then the Rifleman team leaps fogs towards the compound and then CQC clear it out.
Okay. Now the floor is opened up for any questions from the other guys. So Dragon, James, Peace, or Nero. Do you have any critique about that plan?
Too many words. I lost your train of thought.
Massively agree. I didn't want to say it because I'd sound stupid, but I've felt really confused.
No, that's fine. Like I said, it's critique. Everyone's different. Okay, so keep it going. Anything else? Okay. Right, so let me draw some more markers to make sure that I understand your plan. At point red, first stage, MG will set up with a Rifleman and provide covering fire or suppressive. Which one is it?
At the first point.
At the first point.
It wouldn't fire unless we were spotted.
So don't fire unless being fired upon. Okay, yeah. Fine, not a problem. The rest of the squad moves up to point 2, which is red marker 2, to the southwest. And then provides a base of fire if contact has been initiated at that point.
Yep.
Once they're there, the MG then will get radio to move off from their first position and link up with the rest of the squad.
Yep.
And then after that, MG will set up at the second position, squad will then transition to the third.
Yep.
After that point, you'll then commence an attack.
Yep.
Which the MG will fire outwards.
Yeah.
To this point, infantry will hit as well. Correct?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody think that's a good plan? Anybody think it's a terrible plan? Anybody got mixed feelings about it?
I like that there's a contingency, which is if you take contact in transit to where your actual assault is from. I like that you've got that contingency, which is your MG's kind of already set up as a worst case scenario. He starts firing, we attack from wherever the fuck we've been seen. That makes quite good sense, I think. That would be my compliment to it.
Okay, anybody else?
I can't hear you, Riff.
Riff,
Turn your volume up.
I think it's because he's facing...
My point would be that it's a good plan to start with, but I think you need the contingency that if the team move to the second OP undetected, then there's actually no need for the MG and the Rifleman to move, because you've got more of a 90-degree cover fire then for you to move in from. That's the only thing I would say about it. If you've made it there, if you've made it to that second point covertly, and the enemy aren't spooked or anything like that, you start moving in, and if you get seen, then that's the time for the MG to open up from its original position and just lace the place. If you're moving in with the MG moving to your second point, and you're moving there, the MG fire is pretty well on the same line that you're moving on, which is not always good. That's what I would think.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. All right, Dragonwing and James and Dragonwing. What colour are you?
We're green.
Okay. Explain to me the first point of green.
So the whole... Oh, go on, Dragon.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, so the whole squad would use as much cover as possible and move to that first point, just a map marker rendezvous.
Perfect. Dragon, could you explain to me the second point, the exclamation mark?
That will be the spot for the AT and also possibly the MG. Basically, their main job is to watch the road for reinforcements.
Okay, what's the road for reinforcement? Okay, no problem. What is the third point, James?
The entire remainder of the squad move using cover to the third point, and that's where they will attack from.
Okay, not a problem. All right, yeah. Okay, give it to me in a brief summary.
Oh, that was the brief one.
Give it to me even briefer.
Okay. Move to point 1. Move to point 2. Drop off the MG/AT. Move to point 3 and assault from there.
Perfect. Right, there is a reason why I'm doing it this way. I know it sounds a bit weird and I'm not condescending anyone, but there's a reason. All right, now what I want you to do is give a briefing to the entire squad in more depth.
Okay. We're going to move as silently as possible, using as much terrain cover as possible from Communal to the first point marked on the map.
Okay, hold. Dragon, take over.
Hold on, I'm in the middle of a bike. After that, we will proceed through the tree lines and to point 2, where MG and AT will set up to watch the road for reinforcements.
Which direction?
Southwest.
Southwest. Okay, fine. James, take over.
Rest of the squad will then use the tree line as best as possible to move to the final point where they'll get ready to assault. They will move as quietly and as undetected and get as close as possible to the compound, at which point, once we're seen, the MG will open up to suppress, and the squad will go loud and close the distance to the compound using sort of bounding and smoke grenades to get there as quickly as possible, at which point clear out the buildings, go into CQB mode.
Okay. Criticism, guys? Anybody got any criticisms about the plan?
Yeah, so where you have the MG and the AT set up, which road are they watching?
This road right here mostly.
Yeah, they're listening as much as watching, because you'll hear vehicles before you see them. But yeah, that one. If there's a QRF or some sort of tank that's going to roll in, it's going to come from here, and they can at least warn them if they can't destroy them.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah. What's the role of MG is going to be? Is he going to just, observe and overwatch?
No. Once the squad goes loud, he's there. He should have... again, okay, maybe you'd move it 5 yards to the left if he couldn't see, right? That's common sense. But he's going to use the tree line to give himself cover and then suppress the compound.
Then they're not watching the road.
There's 2 guys there, and they can still listen. That's the main point.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah. What happens if there's heavy armor at the attacked objective and the AT stuck at the T junction? Tactic's got quite a lot of time.
I think we'd have had eyes on the armor from Camino, to be fair, mate. Unless it's fucking well hidden,
Yeah,
in which case
you could then turn around and say, well, what about if the objective is an ID mine factory with a nuclear bomb, and if you don't have any demo guys? So yeah, we'll just keep it simple. There's no tanks, right? Just a bog standard infantry building. All right.
It should also be close enough that the AT should be able to engage from that range.
Okay, yeah. Again, depending if it's a lock on, but yeah, that's the whole point. Like I said, there is a reason why this is happening, and I'll explain. It'll make sense. Okay, and last but not least, Peacemaker and Nero. I think you guys are what color? Red, isn't it? No, blue. All right, explain to me. Point 1, Nero.
Well, point 1 is just to get an MG and assistant gunner set up to lay down suppressant fire while the rest of the squad moves over.
Okay, point 2, Peacemaker.
Point 2, the rest of the squad assault team going to be stationed at OP, getting ready to bound towards assaulting the objective.
Okay, and Nero, last marker.
The last marker is just the direction that we're going to be attacking from.
Okay, good.
The squad's just going to move straight in from that position.
Okay, not a problem. All right, give it to me in a brief summary. Very brief.
Will I do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Hold on. Peacemaker do the first point, Nero do the second, Peacemaker do the third.
MG by the team stays at Communal firing range, opening up suppression from the get-go.
Squad is going to get ready to bound towards the objective at the second OP. Second position, sorry, the OP.
Yeah, direction of assault, direct north.
Perfect. Okay, give it to me in a more in-depth detail now.
So, depending if we are... give me a second, let me get my thoughts straight. So,
right,
if we are... Jesus Christ, my language has broken down at the moment.
Take your time. Also, Nero is your second IC. Maybe ask him if you can't remember or you're finding it difficult. Ask him. He can help.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So first stage, depending if we got exposed or not. So I would like to move our assault team to the western forest, somewhere like a diagonal, southwest, and then as the main assault team comes to the OP, then I would like to open suppressive fire. Yeah, or if our discovery is highly likely, so I would just open up with suppression, so my squad would move to the forest southwest, because in my opinion, any movement without firing is deadly. So I would I think I would open up from the very start. So as assault team gets here, then I would bound, separate assault team in two teams, and we would bound forwards, leapfrogging again, providing some covering fire from the closest position, and then getting closer and entering CQB mode.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Very, very good. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to now do every single one of these plans. All right. We're going to have a little go at them. And the squad leader and second IC, they're both squad leaders, but one's going to be a second IC, is going to be leading the squads. And we're going to be doing a mock test on this objective. All right. So we're going to be following the plans. You're not allowed to change anything you just said. Okay. However, if you're wondering, not that you probably aren't, but if you're wondering what I would do, okay, if we had a bog standard infantry unit, I would pretty much do exactly what red and blue are doing. I'd have an MG assistant set up. I'll put it in marker now in red and black view. I'd have MG position be here. I'd get them to provide possible fire in the event of a likely contact. And what I would do then is I would get a grenadier, or I would drop smoke rounds, okay, at the front of this target area. So smoke, and then I would push straight across with suppression. You're probably thinking to yourself, that's a really stupid plan. It probably is. The most direct route, though. And sometimes speed is key. But is it soundproof? No. Does it have flaws? Yes. Every plan has a flaw. And can it go very fucking wrong? Absolutely. But ultimately it's what the squad leader decides to call on the day. So if that's the plan, that's the plan. Now, if you've got a second IC that knows something that you don't, or, you know, possibly has a better suggestion, that is their time to step in and go, listen, you know, how about this instead? Or what have you thought about this? So on and so forth. Okay, so this is why it's important for you to have a good working relationship with your second IC in an operation. There's no point in having a weak second IC. All right, the second IC does need to stand up and take charge now and again. If the squad leader is getting flustered or the squad leader is struggling to get organization, it is the second IC's job to help him out or her out and take over and say, right, guys, let's get our shit together. You, and you, get your sectors up, otherwise I'm going to shoot you again, blah, 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 and so on and so forth, okay? And then the squad leader can focus on the bigger picture. Right. What we're going to do is we are going to simply walk through the process. I'm going to put an arsenal down, and I will assign you a role, okay? Give me a second. There we are. There's an arsenal direct. All right. So what I want is the first group we're going to go with is we're going to go with Husky's group. So Husky and Monarch.
Yep.
Husky, you are going to be squad leader. Monarch, second IC. Go into the arsenal. There should be the proper kits there. Loadouts default. And I want James as automatic rifleman, Dragonwing as grenadier.
Are there default loadouts for us?
And I want Nero as, what did I put? Rifleman,
Yes, there is.
medic.
Medic, yep.
Medic.
Medic.
Right, so you have a 6-man team. Nice and easy, happy days. You should have all your shit there, guys.
Yeah, I've just seen how much ammo I've got. I didn't know if they were 100 or 200s. They're 200s.
200s. They should be 200s.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Which means I've got twice as much as I thought. I intend to use it all.
I got one of that.
Alright, cool. So, what we're going to do now is Husky and Monarch. It's not a test, so relax. Okay? It's training. You are going to basically start your plan and follow it the way you've marked on the map. And then what you're going to have to do is when you're going to then assault an objective. Now, there will only be a single building with enemies in it. Right? So don't panic too much about it. It's nothing that you haven't overcome before. And I'll just basically, if you go down, I'll heal you back up. Alright? Cool. Use your short ranges, guys. Me and Riff won't interfere with it. Yeah, just off you pop. Yep. Execute.
So Husky, you're the boss, yeah?
What? You're the SL Husky.
Yeah, Husky's the Husky. Come on now.
We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear him for some
Are
reason.
you still in whisper?
I can't hear him at all.
Hello?
Hey!
There we are. I was talking, but there we go.
Nice.
Okay, MG Monarch set up there. Look towards the objective. Where are we? Can we draw lines?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Just don't delete any of the other markers, that's all.
Okay. Dragonwing, take point, column, follow red line.
Let me know if you need anything on the radio, okay?
Yeah. So,
We're doing-
column, red line, 10 meter spacing, guys.
I'm just staying here, yeah, Husky?
Yeah, with me.
Yeah, stay with.
Oh, friend. Hello, friend. I'll be happy here. I'm going to do all of the dackers.
All the daggers.
Oh, literally all of them.
I think the point of this stealth until we fire.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to just open up now. Don't worry. I have some fire discipline. What's the range?
It is 370 meters.
170.
370, about 400 meters.
Oh, I can't actually adjust. Okay, it is what it is. Oh, I've got it on the scope. Okay, that's fine then.
Lights of rough guy, try and use cover as much as you can.
Got eyes on. You see a middle building with the sandbags?
Yep. So with the plan,
Huh?
with the plan that we made, Husky Sleep blew it.
Husky.
Husky basically blew it because the third point was different, but I guess we'll just do it this way.
What was the third point meant to be? Because I think we both chose the same attack point, essentially, didn't we?
Yeah. The whole point was to keep the team together as a group. So we went to like move past the second point, leave the MG at the second point, and then everyone else left.
So, yours was essentially... Okay, yeah, different MG placement, but...
Yeah, and then the MG goes round and catches up with the rest of the group. The whole team is all set, ready to go at the same point.
Oh, so...
But the whole point of the base affair is to cover us in case we were noticed.
Yeah, which I quite... I honestly, I don't think anyone else thought of that. I quite liked that if they do get... Because the route that you guys drew on, or Husky's just drawn on the map to get to your second point, there's every chance, to be fair enough, that you would be spotted. So I quite like the fact that I'm sitting here ready to cover that clusterfuck if it happens.
Yeah.
Which I thought
Point
was
on for the third point, the MG was supposed to catch back up to us. There was all 6 of us would be in the same place.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, so it was just like literally get as close as possible and then just all throw yourselves in, basically.
Yeah, or maybe we'll set the MG up, but really I'd do it on the fly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ours was the theory behind ours is get as close as you possibly can before being seen. So our assault is really only 120 meters versus others is about double at least that.
Yeah, because we were going to assault from the same point on Hill 38.
Yeah, which if you can keep your head down, you could actually get within 100 meters of the buildings before even being spotted, and that gives you, in my opinion, like really good survivability. Peacemaker's got an advantage, which he's got some dead ground there, and if he's clever, he can weave his way in. But if they're seen, they might be in trouble, especially if there's anyone on the second stories and up higher. I think they'd be in a little bit more trouble.
Hey, Monarch, we're OP2 if you want to make your way here. We've got base of fire.
I'll follow your lead.
Coming up from your southeast now.
He's even marked a CCP basin.
Oh, hey.
Hey, you two get set up. We'll move off once you've set up.
Find a spot that you can see them.
Yeah, if you go on a little bit further, you should have a clear enough spot.
Yeah, a bit further north, or like east. Just want a gap in the trees. Yeah. Still dragon wing spot.
I build a trench in your face. Sorry.
Keep eyes. Yeah, got eyes on target building.
I count 4 right now.
Are you digging, Monarch?
Yeah.
Sweet. That'll do. Perfect. Barrel clear.
MG set up. Team, let's go. Team, let's go. Same line of march for the red line.
I build a trench slightly further back as well. You guys have to fall back.
Nice.
Am I hearing a beeping sound?
Monarch, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let's double time it.
I was just going to ask in this downtime, what did you want to do about Friday with Dragons Up?
We'll just do training as normal.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Unless you want to go the arc, but
No, I'm easy going.
I actually built a trench like 10 meters behind us as well.
Sweet. We should be alright here till we open up, to be fair, because we're quite well concealed. Do you know what we should do?
What?
Put some camouflage on the front of the trench.
On the road.
Can you do that now?
Oh, you could before. You just ate interact. I just had beeping. What the fuck was that? Is it on there? Oh yeah, it is. Every little helps.
Open hostiles directly northeast of the road. 10 meters.
Northeast of the road. That should be fine.
Peacemaker, we got Techie, northeast. Up road, main road, we're gonna sneak past Monarch and just take note of it. It's open.
They want us to move. I didn't really hear what they said.
Just that I think we should take note of the fact that there's a technical. I don't know if you want to get them to mark it on map.
Well, you said my name, but I didn't say.
Yeah, he said take note of it basically, but I don't know where it is.
Up to our.
Oh, it's marked on map.
southwest.
Yeah, techie marked on map. Yeah, I've just seen it. I don't know if I didn't hear an order to move though. So
No.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, got eyes on 4 then.
Let's not hold on the road. Let's go under cover.
all of the AI just changed stance to what's the one beginning with A? Alert.
Yeah, they look like they've noticed it.
Yeah, I mean they're not all targeting them. It's just a status change because the other three are all pointing in different directions. Permission to fire?
Contact made, NG cover fire.
Firing the gun.
Pardon?
Firing your gun.
I don't hear you what it's saying.
Fire your gun.
I was.
I just can't hear it.
You haven't got game audio on.
Where are you?
I think I do.
I can hear my gun firing, for show.
I can hear my gun firing. I can't hear yours.
I heard yours. That's a weirdness.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
I'll let you know when I'm low on ammo so you can step up your rate of fire to keep the suppression.
Alright.
To be honest, I can't see any enemy at all. They're in contact somewhere though. Oh, taking fire. Where's that? That's my own fucking gun hitting the fucking... We're not taking fire.
At least I saw it hit the thing. I was like, they're behind
It's
us.
kicked me off the... There we go. RPG on the roof. RPG, second story, sorry. Incoming.
Fuck off.
Right, low on ammo. Stoppage. Suppress. I'll light him the fuck up soon, don't worry.
Warm up.
He's down. Contact down.
Fire, mag.
Keep it on slow.
Oh, one guy's run out.
Where?
Sniper.
The fuck was that?
Got them. Second floor on the building on the left.
No eyes.
Stuck down again.
Just doing a quick ammo check. Alright, down to about a quarter of a mag. Fucking tree, get out of my fucking way. Yep, second story, building on the left. Building on the left.
I think they're friendlies.
Oh, they should really have called when they've breached a perimeter. That's fucking crazy if it's friendly. That is friendly, you're right.
Are you guys inside the perimeter?
That's fucking
Yeah, we're
stupid of
inside the
them.
perimeter now, we're on the west side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Reloading.
almost got shot. Nice.
Alright, I guess they still want cover then.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about that techie coming up our arse.
An eye for it.
I've got a full mag.
Down. Continue assault on me at second floor.
What was that?
Second floor is clear, building clear. Index. Still construction site.
Ah.
No, the debrief will be after everybody's gone.
Yeah, it'll be after. Why am I in Husky's butt? There we are. All right, okay, gear up for another run, guys. Use the default loadouts. Next up will be blue team. Try to between yourselves who's main squad leader and who's second IC, please.
You want to take SL?
Nero, how would you like to do that?
I'll take 2 IC if you want to do SL, mate.
No, Nero,
Sure.
you take SL. James, you take second IC.
He's not my group.
Who's
It's Nero Peacemaker.
Blue is me and
Oh,
Peace.
Peacemaker, take second IC. Nero, you take main.
I'll take AT then.
Copy, will do.
Am I staying as MG?
Yeah, stay as MG.
Buzzing.
Dragon, swap over to medic. Well, you don't really need medic Dragon, so just go Rifleman, it's fine. And Monarch, swap over to Grenadier.
I'm guessing that's based off of my terrible smokes.
Okay. Why is this not going to draw on air for me?
Which one of you lot was the first in the second story on the lefternmost building?
What was that?
Who was the first one to go upstairs in a building?
Why is
You nearly got lit the fuck up.
You can discuss it afterwards.
So
So
you can
Nero,
discuss
what's
it
up?
afterwards, guys. It's just
Yeah, I settled the entire building just looking for the actual entrance.
Okay, if you have notes, please make notes on paper, and then we're gonna discuss it afterwards. Nero, you here?
Yeah. I'm just trying
Beautiful.
to figure out why the map is not letting me draw on it.
Control left click.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and double check that you're in side channel, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, beautiful.
Alright. Okay, got it? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
So yeah, you're the main one, so...
Okay, who did I get for LMG? That was James, and AC is gonna be... Dragon, you're Rifleman, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. James and Dragon, sit up by the wall behind me there, please. Okay, we are going to... Let me draw this on the map here.
Black gents, let me know if you need anything.
Yep.
Why does not draw? There we go.
I got the best job, no walking.
We go behind those buildings.
Eyes on target
Those
building.
buildings you can't-
370 meters.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how exposed that is.
It's sort of...
3
fun.
in that
Yeah, it's fine. It goes up the
first
hill,
building,
right
2
there, and then we'll
in
get
the
left.
leftmost building.
Say again?
Okay.
2 in the leftmost building.
Oh, they're the two I saw. I didn't actually notice there was more in the right hand building.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's
Right,
3.
some in the right building, some in the left building, and last time there was one guy in that backmost building, but I'm not sure if I spent enough
What,
time
the
there.
far right crumbled?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that got hit by AT.
Nero, do you want MG open up as we told before? At the very start or no?
Well, they can open up now. No. Yeah. MGs, open up straight away, please.
Alright.
Copy that, engaging.
Copy.
I'll let you know when I'm low on ammo, and that way you can adjust your fire.
James, short burst every 3 seconds, please.
Reloading.
Roger that, covering. Quarter mag. Technical. Centre of village. Gunner down.
Guy was out here behind the truck.
Alright, conserve ammo, conserve ammo. I'm low.
Oh, I bet Vikings not happy about that.
Reloading, reloading, cover, cover, cover.
Cover.
It's just that first, the initial burst I wanted to... you meant to conserve. Right, covering.
Might do,
Yeah, I'll just wait for you to reload. I was firing as well.
Yeah, just keep your eyes open and try and guide, and then when I'm at quarter mag, you start stepping it up, or...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stoppage, cover, cover, cover.
Gunner team, stand up. You guys okay?
Green. Back online.
Okay.
Press that one guy. Reloading.
Covering. Yeah, that first initial burst, I know it sounded like I was going crazy, but that's just to get their heads properly down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you slow it down.
I hit somehow and then blew. No, I didn't do it myself. That's weird. Oh, yeah, I see him.
Run up.
Oh, you got him nice and leg.
Right, just doing an ammo check. Cover. Okay, third of a mag. Back online.
Reloading. That one in the couple building.
Seen. Oh, he's accurate.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a line set up on this next point.
Tagged.
And I'll call you guys over to me then.
Copy, just tell us what to bound.
Stoppage. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
me too.
Not really taking cover, are they? Pinned you down.
Alright, Peace and Husky, follow the blue line over to me.
I'm up. Pinned you up.
I'm up.
MG team, what's
Stoppage.
your situation?
Both
We
got
just
downed,
both
back
got
up.
knocked down, but we're up again. There's one in the
Start
combo
covering,
building
start
taking
covering.
pot shots at us.
I think I got him. Well, one of us got him.
Back online.
Oh, reloading.
Covering.
Fall
Right of the sandbag building. On the ground floor. He's outside the building.
Yeah, I know, this guy's just up to come out.
Please radio when you have a decent position, we'll move over.
You don't move.
Runner, middle of the village. Checking ammo, cover. I got 2/3 of the mag. As soon as you lose your mag, I'll start firing.
I got no eyes on that runner.
He's got, yeah, he's outside.
Alright, Peace, move over.
Stepping it up.
Reloading.
Zero, go.
Ammo checking. Okay, quarter of the mag. So get ready.
Peace, we'll set up at these destroyed vehicles and then we can move in.
Friendly's on far left side. About
Copy
to hit
that.
the wall.
Get ready to take over.
Push up.
I'm just stepping up the rate of fire now they're close.
Mm-hmm.
Stoppage, stoppage, stoppage!
There's one by the truck, I saw him for a second.
Copy, copy, copy. Down online. I'll wait till your mag's done.
Reloading.
Go, go, get ready to assault.
Left building, got him, he's down.
Nice.
MG team, we're Grant team's moving in there. Watch your fire.
Eyes on you.
Eyes on, we just saw a guy on the second floor, and the hostiles are definitely in building. Oh yeah, I saw him. outside the sandbag building.
Alright, peace. Proceed into that building. You're next to there.
Crossing building clear.
Move to the second deck of one of the buildings now. Watch your fire, MG.
Husky and Crumble.
Seen.
MG, suppress the most right building, northeastern building.
Suppressing.
Keep up the fire, just doing an ammo check.
Reloading.
Okay,
Please
quarter
hold
mag.
that building. Just get eyes on the building we're going to head to now, the red brick one.
Are you back online?
Yes, I'm online.
Right, reloading.
Yeah, where your base
Suppress, suppress, suppress. Right, back online.
Yeah, watch the left side of that building, that's where they all are.
Yeah, they're by the red car, right? Not the technical,
Yep.
the little burnt out red car.
Yeah.
I'll just do very controlled bursts for now.
You're just target blinking at this point.
Please, we're going to go on the back here. Just watch the front.
shift fire to the right and suppress the coast.
Yeah, that guy took a couple rounds to the chest, but you got him. Reloading.
I'm just keeping an eye out now.
Yeah. Oh, one in the building.
Yeah, but we got friendlies.
Yeah, okay.
Keep suppressing second story of construction site, right side.
Copy that. You got movement on the ground floor, so watch yourselves.
One just came out behind you. Hero, call when you need fire shifted.
I think I just thought I glitched up the whole wall. Reloading.
Please, face the front of that building, look, they're coming out the back.
Friendly front.
Seen. Right, doing an ammo check, get the covering. Quarter mag. It's quite a long engagement for the MG, to be fair.
Yeah.
Back online when you need.
Basically, told us to open fire in the beginning, they had to completely.
Yeah, I know, it's a long old engagement, to be fair.
Reloading.
There's definitely runners on the ground floor, covering.
MG team, we're moving second deck.
MG team, ceasing fire, ceasing fire. Right, reloading, you ready?
Yep.
Reloading. I'll do a temperature check as well while we're there, because I think I'm going to be running pretty hot.
I think Mike might have removed the temperature mod.
He didn't remove the
Heavy
temperature.
eyes on a rectangular building to the northeast, half demolished.
We have eyes, but not on its doorways.
End deck, end deck.
Nope, never mind. Well, where's... No, check weapon temperatures still here. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
it doesn't cook off rounds anymore, but it can increase. So I've got 2/3, which will increase my chance of stoppages.
Okay.
That's what it does.
At least it doesn't cook off the magazine while that was...
Alright,
yes,
next up. Nero, let's delete your markers.
Yeah, sorry.
Green team?
Yeah, is green team.
Green team,
Right.
best team.
Dragon, you are squad leader. James, you are second IC. The rest of you, depending on what James the Dragon says, go to your selected classes and then head out when you can.
James, happy for me to be MG.
Dragon, you happy Fusky to be MG?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Who's AT?
That would be me.
Where is the 2 IC role? Do I just take section leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, just take section leader, mate.
Roger. Bloody Nora. Where's Dragon?
Right here.
Oh, right there. Sweet. Just do it.
Okay, so where's... There we go, and then draw some lines.
Are you using a 343 as your long range Dragon, or have I got I've got a ditch one? I've got a ditch one.
I got both of them on me.
Ditch your 343, and that way we've actually got the 117s as long range.
Okay.
In
What,
a
what do you want me
152.
as? Apologies.
The 152 is our short range.
I've got a 152 though.
Ah,
Oh, no,
James,
I do. Never mind. Sorry, my bad.
double check who's your MG.
is it not Husky?
You want me as MG? Okay.
I thought you asked and we both said yes.
Husky's already AT.
Oh.
I was wondering, like, what you want me as.
Okay, if Husky's going MG, Nero just taking AT. It doesn't really matter for the purpose of this C2.
Alright, okay.
Dragon, just a quick one, because I think when we made our plan, we didn't know what the squad numbers would be. Are we're not going to leave the AT and the MG together at this point because there's only 4 of them, right?
Yes, but it's still going to be you and me assaulting with them. So
yeah, we'll assault with the AT guy, yeah, just because of numbers. Alright, lovely. Once you got your classes?
Yep.
Awesome. Brief away, baby.
Right. Yeah, so how about AT and Grenada?
What?
Who we leaving up there?
No, I was just saying, like, when we made our plan, it was assuming a full squad, but because there's not many of us, I was just going to say, should we not leave the AT up the top? That was the only difference. I was going to go by numbers.
Well, that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, fair. Alright, go for it. You're SL.
Yeah.
Go.
Alright. Monarch, you take point, follow green line. Then me, Husky, Nero, James, and Peace.
Copy, Peace, last man.
Go. Nero. Nero. Guys, Nero's frozen.
Oh, great.
Let's carry on and we'll get him teleported to us.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so follow the road, Monarch, just stay on top of the road.
Why am I walking more slowly?
Nero, are you back yet? As a no.
Point man, look northwest. Everyone else look in alternate directions. Peacemaker, watch area.
Okay, yeah, since our AT's just AFK, we're not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to solve all as one.
Oh, are we not leaving the MGs to suppress, mate?
Actually, yeah, no. Instead of AT, let's do MG.
Just MG on his own.
Location.
Lovely.
That sounds a lot better. Thank you, James. All right, Monarch, move on to the next point.
Moving out.
Apologies guys, my mum needed something real quick.
Zeus, can we have Nero teleported into our squad, please? Nero, let us know when you're here.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Copy that. Just slot in behind myself and in front of Peacemaker, please.
Sorry, brother.
Crossroads coming up.
Engage at the right crossroad.
Last man.
Mortars firing, mortars.
Move.
Husky Dragon, get some space in there, mate.
Monarch hold.
Tagged.
You down. Alright, Neo and who's that MJ again?
Husky.
Alright, Neo and Husky, he have set up trenches at the very edge of the hill to the northeast and prepare to cover us. Alright, Monarch. Alright.
Dragon, I think if we stay en route, we should hopefully have some decent cover to get round and close. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to be attacking a lot in the open anyway. So we could probably keep to the plan. Maybe if those guys stay hidden for now, I'd say tell them to hold fire as much as possible.
Yeah. Hold fire for now, just set up some trenches and give us some cover. Monarch, let's move on. Mortars are firing again. Let's move.
Fire support team, dig yourself a trench in at the back to cover you as much as you can.
Yep.
Fucking mortars, man. Fuck's sake. Fucking, they didn't spot us. I'm sure they didn't spot us.
Alright, the MG team, as soon as you guys are done setting up, I want to rocket on that artillery piece.
Husky's down.
James, back up.
Alright, rocket going in.
Assault team have now reached RV point for the assault. All here, SL, all here.
Yep.
I got smokes ready.
Hold on. Alright, throw smoke, throw smoke.
I can pop smoke.
Wait one, wait one. The wind is running left to right, north to south. Right, smoke out. Get a few more out.
Assault team go, assault team go. Formation.
MG, get that suppression up now. Reach the perimeter of the compound.
I got shot in the leg.
Agents.
Nate. Go.
Breaching. Stairs. Moving up to the second floor of the destroyed building.
Unfortunately, because of the smoke, visibility is quite low.
Building clear. Right, being engaged from the north, I'm tagged.
Yeah, me too.
I'll get over it. He's down. Alright, let's move on to the next building.
Nade out north.
Alright, this building's clear,
I got hit by the nade, but it's fine.
It's fine. Moving to next building, squad leader, to the south.
On you.
Alright, assaulting the southernmost building, 2-story with sandbags. Stoppage. Set.
On you. Go,
Breaching right. Stairs, holding stairs.
First floor clear.
Moving up the stairs. Oh, fucking get out of the way, you cunt. Second floor of the southernmost building. Check the roof. I'll cover.
Fucking targets.
No?
I need to fucking bandage myself.
Oh man, it's hectic.
What? Fucking mortars.
Watch your sectors, come on.
Just nailed him. Are we ready to move?
Yep.
Right, collapsing it. Right, on me. Right, friendly squad now assaulting the easternmost 2-story building with sandbags. Stoppage. Sorry, I got in your way then. Right, moving. Right, peeling rounds.
Got one on the corner. Fuck me. Peace, I'll cover behind me.
Cunt. Got another one in here, got another one in the balcony. Stoppage.
Reaching in.
Peeling round. Oh, Peace. Yeah, I'll come with you, Peace. Is that a doorway there? Alright, Peach, you breach it. On you. Stairs. Door right.
Left clear. Left clear.
With you.
Moving right. Oh, you fucking slag. Have that, you mother. Sorry.
Yeah.
With you.
Building clear.
Have you checked the balcony outside? There was a guy earlier that was wall banging me.
Yeah.
Roger
Third
that.
floor.
Alright, we were taking contact from those buildings earlier. They need clearing to our north. If there's no more floors, if this building's clear. Okay, friendly team now assaulting the northernmost buildings that are destroyed 1-stories. Moving to right building. Peeling round.
AT and LNG team taking heavy contact from west.
Building clear.
Yeah, we got our you guys take care of that.
Set. It's not a door, sorry. I don't know how to get in. There's no exit here, no entry here. We'll have to go around.
Backside maybe. Oh,
Who
fuck
the
me.
fuck done that?
Sniper.
Oh. Right, once we're in here, we can start returning fire.
Fucking entrance here.
No entrance. Alright, no entrance. Fucking, is there a window we can chuck a grenade in?
Entrance.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
Building. Is makeup?
GT team, how you doing? We're up. Index.
Oh, James got fucking attacked by that MG.
He did.
You're also muted, by the way. You're still muted, Husky. Yeah, they took it. They
James
started
still
shooting
dead.
at the team down low. Fucking like 10 of them rolling up behind us.
More of 5, but alright.
Was it 5? I thought there was more on the
James
other
is
side.
still unconscious.
Because I saw the 5 in front. I thought there was more on the left hand side, but I couldn't see.
There he is.
Only way to keep you quiet.
Right, okay. Got Monarch, Husky, blah, blah, blah. Right, okay.
Quick question, why was mine the one with fucking mortars?
Well, the other ones had the technical to deal with, and yeah, the other one had another technical to deal with.
How the fuck did they spot us?
Right, well they didn't until then. Anyway, look, let's not get into it now. We're gonna debrief all of you. So the first one we're gonna go through is who went first?
Husky and Monarch.
Husky and Monarch. Okay, so how did you think that went as a group?
First one.
First
Yeah,
one
was decent.
Yeah, went pretty well. My CQC was fucking awful.
No, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the group.
Yeah, it went really well. I think overall it was good.
All right, Riff, take out the debrief.
Okay. Right. First thing I picked the Husky was squad leader. Monarch was team leader. Why leave the team leader with the support? It makes sense. Support's only got one job to do. They don't need management as such. So I would say it would have been far more effective to have Monarch with you, Husky. The approach, too open. You've got to look at it. If you can see you're the objective, they can probably see you. And that was without binoculars. We were just, I was on the roof as if on guard, as I would have been normally, and I'm just looking for movement, and I kept seeing the movement of you guys moving. Far too much crossing and open. When you spotted the technical, great, you spotted the technical, should not have crossed behind it. At that point, the AI were not activated on you. If they had been, the technical would have ripped you up. There was cover behind you. You could have gone around behind the rocks. It would have been a bit of a detour, but you'd have completely been free of it. And lastly, you didn't tell support when you were entering the actual objective. And support were still laying down fire on there. You could have easily had blue on blue there. That's the main points I've made on that one.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Like I said, it was a good effort. I understand what you were going through. often as well, just to point out as well, in my own personal flavoring, because like I said, this is all down to personal perception of things. Okay, me, I'm trying to be more aware now of using terrain as a tool. Okay, so high up there, you may seem to you like you're in cover, but it's really easy to be spotted, right? And if you've done PvP before, you know exactly how easy it is to be spotted. So it's all about working with the terrain and looking at it and trying to get a visual idea of what the terrain will look like based on the map. Sometimes going around a massive flank, all right, is not the best idea. Okay, but like I said, you made a decision, and that's what mattered. So, and you carried it out. Right, group number 2, who was again, please repeat.
Myself and Peace.
How did you think you guys did?
I think that one went pretty well.
I think it was okay. Nero, you go first.
It was fine. I think overall it wasn't too bad. We were a bit close to that technical, I think, because we did pass nearby a technical. And then DQB at the end, I that wasn't great on my end. And I don't think I should have split up the team that much for that bit, but I think getting to where we had to go, it wasn't particularly bad.
Okay, Peacemaker?
It was a bit open,
yeah. I think overall it was pretty good, but I'm not. I do not agree with one thing in particular. There should have not been any planning on the OP1 because we knew the general approach and we were already in contact. It should have been smooth, just take a breather, like another 5 seconds, and then execute.
Agreed. Okay, so I'm going to start this one, but in back to Husky back to Husky and Monarch for a quick second. The big thing that I saw you guys doing, which really stood you out with the AI, is building trenches. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you do that, but you only really need to do that out in the open. If you're out in the open, well, to be honest, you shouldn't be doing that, okay? I know DJ has said you need to build trenches and stuff like that, but trenches are only really good for a defense position or an alternative fallback position, that is not in contact at that time. If you're committed to an assault, which brings me on to my next point with Peacemaker, but it's the same thing. If you're committed to an assault and objective, you commit to that assault. You've got to keep moving no matter what. And this brings me to my point with Peacemakers and Nero. Is, yes, I thought your maneuverability was a little bit better in regards to your path, but your initial attack was stop and start. It was stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And you need to keep momentum, as you said, Peacemaker. Fluidity. You need to keep it fluid. That was my biggest critique, but like I said, Riff?
Similar to Huskies and Monarchs, the movement was too open at the beginning. Again, we could see you moving through the trees. Also, and I'm not going to pick out any individuals here, but you've got to think about where you are when you're out there. As a guard, as a sentry, you get used to what's out there. You get used to patterns of things like that. Bush, all the rest of it. The camouflage you've got on is not perfectly camouflaged in with that grass. It's quite a lot lighter than the grass. And there was quite a few of you. There was one in particular, but there was a couple of you who, although there was bushes there, you were out in the open between bushes. So if I'd been a sentry and sort of just ticking stuff off my head as I turned around, I'd be going bush, man, bush. Oh, wait a minute, man? And you'd have been lit up. Once the enemy was alerted, it's too late to think about your initial plan of wide flanking. They're engaged. It's pour support on them, charge. Get in there. You cannot give them time. If you're flanking like that and keep flanking like that and they're alerted, you might got to remember they're preparing the defence while they're doing that as well. Right? So, you were engaged and then you still crossed the road and swung wide. There was no need to cross the road. You could have just used the bushes that were there and gone in a straight line from that point. But the bounding was good. If you'd done that directly at them, I think you'd have had more success. And again, bit late to tell support to stop, and in fact, in that case anyway, you did tell support to stop eventually, but they didn't actually.
I think what we were told as support was to concentrate on a different building.
Well,
Right.
I think I should have articulated shifting fire more accurately.
It's fine. The biggest thing you can do, guys, all right, in an op. I mean, right. This is like I'm going to be perfectly honest with you now in regards to me being an SL. I don't get everything right, and when I'm an SL, you guys all know what I say you do. Otherwise, I get stroppy and petty, as you're all fully aware, right? But I don't always get it right. But for example, there was one point, right, in an op, which was, I think it was James. Yeah, James, it was your op in Iraq. Remember the time in the construction site, and this is something you all could learn from this. Remember we're at the construction site, and I accidentally pressed G and hit him through a grenade. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't me who did it. That was Dutch. But since I was the fire team lead at the time, I was the one that took the shit for it, because that's what you do. You're all a team. So there's no point in standing here and going, yeah, but I think that if someone calls you out on something, don't think of it like they're attacking you, because they're not. All right? They're just saying, look, you could have done something like this. And me, if someone turned around to me and said, yeah, you were a good squad leader, but I thought you could have done this better. I don't turn around and go, oh, fuck you, man, right? Would you go squad lead next time? I think it's so fucking easy. I don't do that. I may think it at the time, but I don't. I actually look and go, yeah, do you know what? He's probably right. Yeah. So remember that. Remember, you're all of a team. So one person's mistake is everybody's mistake. You're there to encourage each other, right? Make yourselves better as a team. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Right, moving on to number 3.
Just real quick, just something I just noticed just about the AI. There was one AI in particular that me and James were shooting a lot of rounds at, but he wasn't being suppressed. He just kept firing and domed me and James. So I'm just wondering if that's something with the new mod list that...
No, that was me.
Suppressed. Okay.
Because shell shock.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Who was the last group to do it again?
James and Dragon.
James and Dragon. Awesome. Right, James and Dragon. You took a different route to the others. All right, which was quite interesting. You took along the road. Now, at the start, the road is very visible. Okay, but you took a really nice approach. Really nice approach. Often far, far, far up until you got to that road with the rocks. Yep. And that is when the AI spotted you. The AI's detection thing on my left screen was going up a little bit and then back down. Up, back down. It did not spot you until you hit that road.
Okay.
All right, because you didn't go behind the rocks, you went in front of them, and that just lit you up. And then obviously that was the spotter for the mortars, and the mortars hit the ground.
And that's a similar point to what I said earlier about think about what you're wearing and where you are. The rocks are dark grey, and you're in lightish green uniforms. You stood at an absolute mile when you ran down the side of those rocks.
Yeah. The other thing as well is, for example, MG crew, who's a Husky and Nero, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, setting up a base of fire smack bang out in the open on top of a hillside, a trench, is not a good idea unless you've got no other option. All right? You need to find a better position of fire. Because you stood out like an absolute sore thumb, and the AI dropped you how many times, Husky? I can't hear you, you're muted, or your voice is quietened.
He said 4.
All right, I can't hear him. 4 times, all right? That was not me, that was the AI, because you were the biggest threat. All right, you will get drop, Husky, if you keep doing that. You need to pat, 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 and make sure you're firing in a reasonably concealed position. The AI monitored on camouflage value, detection value, skill value, and camouflage. I already said camouflage. So 3 values. All right. Oh, sorry, an aggression value. All right. The automatic rifleman ranks pretty damn high in the aggression value. Okay. So just remember that. Also, as well, after that, James. It was James, wasn't it?
What?
Who was the squad leader again? Sorry.
Dragon was. I was 2IC.
Dragon. Okay, cool. Both of you. Your initial attack, all right, while I could see what you were doing, okay, you were getting mortared on. As soon as you hear that, and you hear the mortars landing near you, you need to keep moving at all costs. All right, it does not matter if there are people down, because if you stop and med them, there are going to be more people down because the mortars are homing in your position. All right, and you don't want that at any point. So if that happens, it is literally everybody move now. If you stay behind, you're dead. All right. The other thing as well is when you're committing to the attack, I know you were taking a lot of fire, but throwing smoke smack bang onto the enemy's position is just as much of a bad idea for the AI as it is for you, because then you can't see shit either. All right, just remember that.
Yeah, the idea was that we could close.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying, if, like I said, James, I know you're quite famous for doing this. When I suggest something to you, you go, yeah, and then just ignore it.
What?
Right? But yeah.
When?
All right, but I'm telling you now, if you keep throwing smoke at enemy positions... Oh, no, hold on, that's me. Sorry, ignore me. I'm going off on a rant. That was me. If you throw smoke at enemy positions, it works both ways, essentially. That's my point. All right? So, obviously, just bear in mind it works both ways. After that, your actual CQB, James especially, was really fucking good. Really good. You kept up aggression and momentum. You didn't stop. Yeah, it's difficult to cover all angles with 2 guys split into 2 teams and then also 4 guys as well. But you mainly moved pretty quick through it as best you can. It is pretty much a kill box no matter where you go. So you kind of fucked either way. But I was really impressed with both of your, James especially, your aggression leading from the front. That's really, really good. Yeah, Riff, anything you say that?
No, I mean, we've covered most of it. I mean, we kind of disregarded the initial approach when you were leaving Camino because obviously we know you're there. Going up the road, yeah, it was a bit open, but like I say, we disregarded that for all 3 teams anyway, that first part. Once you were up there, it was brilliant. I couldn't pick you out at all. I mean, even though I know roughly where you're coming from and where you're going to, I couldn't see anything from down there. So it was brilliant. It was only when you went in front of those rocks up near the T-junction that you blew it, which is why the mortar suddenly came in. As we've said, digging the trenches up on top of the hill, especially when you know you've just been mortared, so you know what the enemy's got. There's literally no point. The only thing you can do with mortars is lose the fuckers, get away from them, hide, you've got to stop the enemy locating you because they've got massive range compared to you. The trench was really obvious on top of the hill, which again is why you get mortared again. After that, though, the actual flank down and approach was brilliant. But again, at the end, support firing when the squad's in the compound is really dangerous, guys. I know you were trying to target it, but I know like that building that was at the northeast, the 2-story, when you went across to that, your support was still peppering the top floor of that with the machine gun, and that's really dodgy. But other than that, that was really good.
All right. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try it one other way. Well, I'm going to be the squad leader. I'm going to do it my way. All right. And then what guys can do then is what I want you guys to do is you guys have been grown up enough now to stand there and get me and Riff to pick your plans apart. Now it's your turn to pick my plan apart. That's a bit of a tongue twister then, right?
I shall get a larger piece of paper this time.
Yeah. So Riff is obviously going to be the Zeus. Okay, I'll put some enemies down, and Riff then will be watching, and you guys will be in my my squad, and we will then attack the position according to my plan. At the end of it, then Riff will then, once we've cleared all the enemies are dead, he will then call on the short range index. All right, and after that, we'll come back, and you guys can pick apart my plan, and then say what you like, what you didn't like, and so on and so forth. But what I want you to do is this. Every single plan you've seen from now and mine, take it on board. Okay, take the things you like, discard the rest, combine it and create your new plan. All right, that's how you learn. Okay, cool. Right, I tell you what, since I picked on James, which is not his fault, and it was me, in fact, that was throwing smoke, James, you get to pick what class you are.
You're going to have to give up that machine gun, Husky.
Ooh, unlucky Husky. All right, change. All right, who wants to be my second IC?
Do you know what? I'll do it. I'm already in that loadout, and I'll let Husky have his fun.
Very concerning, you sure?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we've got.
If you want to point, a point. Wink, wink.
All right, Peacemaker, your point then. Peacemaker, go Rifleman for me. Just box standard Rifleman. I want. Dragon, Monarch, your Grenadier, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And Dragon Wing, you are Rifleman as well, aren't you? You Rifleman?
I'm section leader right now.
Right, just go Rifleman then.
Just I'll resupply this then. I guess I'm keeping the AT.
Are you going to set the enemies up as you had them before, Viking?
I'll randomize it now.
Alright.
Give me a second.
I'm going to go over there now so I don't hear your plan, so
Roger that.
I'm judging it.
No peeking in Zeus.
Right. Let me just get that in there. Sorry, let me just populate in the buildings.
Oh shit, we should probably hide.
No, it's fine, it's fine. He's just firing at something else at the moment. Spooked. AI can spook themselves. Okay. Right. So, we'll check our maps, gentlemen and ladies. Our game plan is quite simple. We're going to be attacking from the to the northwest, straight over this ground. All right. As a mark on the box. Okay, up here. What I want is MG position and a Grenadier. Both of you are stationary at this point. I want MG to open up as soon as contact starts happening. Grenadier, I want you to launch multiple smoke rounds onto that target position for me. All right.
Roger.
Good. Just some feedback, guys. Let me know you hearing me. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
If I hit his shots, fire.
Yeah. If you hear shots, short control burst. Set it to dak, not brr.
So, 4 Dakar.
Yeah, maybe not that.
Yeah, maybe not that. Give me a second. What the fuck are these guys doing? What is he doing?
There's still a blue 4 over there, that's why.
Oh, they're shooting at Riff. Okay.
I don't think he put himself invisible.
No, he didn't. Oh well. Right, fuck it. Anyway, right. So, we're going to be hitting that compound straight on. Okay. Now, we're going to split. We're not going to split the teams up, sorry. We're going to be hitting, okay, the left-hand side. So, anything from the the center building to the right-hand side, MG open up on it, freedom of fire. Yeah. I will call when we're in the compound. You then need to start PIDing your targets. I will then move to building and let you know. As soon as we clear the left building, we're moving to the middle building and then the rear building. When we hit the center building, you are going to stop firing. Grenadier, you will just stop, hold fire on the smokes once we get close, and then switch to grenades.
Okay.
All right. Get a bit of a range of that to start
400
with.
meters.
Perfect. There we go. You're already there. The rest of you, we do not stop at any point. Again, feedback, guys. Come on.
Yep.
We can hear you.
Is
Perfect.
tower to the north? Okay.
No, you're going to set up in this position to the bunker. Sandbags.
When me and James were.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Okay.
Daka. Prioritize the main windows. All right. Keep the heads down.
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
All happy? Okay, line up on me in a line.
Permission to scream bonsai.
In this trench with a bush. Right.
Little update for all of you. There is dead ground between us. There are 3 dead grounds. We're going to hit the first dead ground. Then we're going to hold. Wait for more smoke. Then we're going to hit the second dead ground. Wait for more smoke. Third, wait for more smoke. Then we're going to get in their faces. I want boots, teeth, nails, eye gouging. If Husky's mum pops out of one of the rooms, I want you to chin the bitch. Alright?
Nice.
Excellent. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
Grenadier, start launching rounds.
Husky, get the fuck out of the way.
Wow, this is going great.
Yeah, Husky.
It's just right in front of me, I'm just gonna fire.
Was that a loud smoke grenade?
G barrels in the fucking thing. So.
What was
Are they okay?
Right, monarchic time.
Shut up.
It's the trigger you pull, Monarch.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
You got to reload the thing first, though. All right.
Should you really talk shit to people with a gun behind you?
Very sorry, AI. We're having some technical difficulties at the moment.
No, I've never used one of these before,
You never used a grenade launcher before.
Not for like pinpointing smoke, just fucking lay it out on people. You could have.
Wind is shifting to the right side, Monarchs. Try hit the right side a bit more.
You mean left to right, yeah?
Yeah.
Was that a flare? That was
Left
a flare.
side, left side.
Nice.
Actually fine. I can't hear the grenade launcher going off.
I haven't got any more.
Actually, it's just like glitched out or something.
MG, get ready to suppress. Odin, move. Let's go.
Banzai!
Hurrah!
Keep spacing line.
Odin, hold. Base out a bit more, guys. Line, come on. Perfect. Move.
Grenadier out of smoke.
Grenadier, switch to grenades. MG, open up. Odin down. Go. Get your smokes. Get ready to throw them as far as you can. Throw. Wait for smoke fill. To the next bunker, or to the next dead man ground, okay? On 3, Odin move. 3. Down. Smokes if you got them. India hit the left building. G prioritize front. Stop having a peek see, guys. Guys, stop having a peek see. Get your ass back in formation. Ready to move. Move. In at base, moving to left building.
James, lead.
Odin on me. Dragon, no. Come back down, mate. That's not the plan.
James,
Nade it.
Trying to get to the wall.
I'm
Nade
ready
out.
for objects. Come on.
Nade out.
nade out. Go on, nade. Go, 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 go.
Going.
Ah, fuck.
Go. Thank you.
I was stuck.
Go, no. Come on. In. Breach it, breach it, breach it.
Stairs.
MG, shift fire to right doorway. Right building.
Someone on me on the stairs.
Go.
James, on you. Go, go, go.
Friendlies on second story, left building. Alright, check the roof, Peacemaker.
Building clear.
We didn't check the roof.
Middle building. MG, hold fire.
Nero.
Ah, what the fuck, I got glitched.
On you, go.
James back up, got glitched.
Technical, southwest, on the hilltop. Keep your eyes on it. James, I want you to take Dragon to that building in front of us. Take out that technical.
Copy that,
Got it
Dragon
down,
on me.
drive still active.
Awesome.
Moving.
Dragon.
Ching.
Dragon. Alright, get to that white wall. Get to that white wall in front of me.
Yep.
Alright, move to a position where you can take an accurate shot.
Second story center building man down. Need help.
James and Dragon returning to group.
To group, watch out, there's possibly enemies on the center.
What's your location?
Center building, second floor. Come on, listen to radio comms now. Let's push out, third building across. Northwest.
I can't fucking get in.
Make a go.
Right. This way, Dragon.
Yep.
Hold. Grenade out. Nade on explosion. Go piece. Man down.
Man down.
Keep going.
Ready to move out?
Yeah, keep going.
On you, James.
They're already on you. Nero, go.
Right, we're going to move to the next building to my south.
Roger, keep going.
You're on me. Alright, keep going.
Checking this hut.
Yep.
Hut looks okay. Alright, keep an eye on that doorway. Yep, hut's clear. Alright, Dragon, on you, ready to breach.
Right, breaching. Stairs left. Watching stairs.
Alright, hold the stairs.
Nero, you are standing right on the open now, mate.
Ground floor clear. Move upstairs when ready.
Pushing stairs. Moving right. Building clear.
Building clear.
Yeah. Rally up on me. MG, hold your fire.
I think I heard Riff.
Yeah, index. Teleporting you guys over now.
I got glitched in that first building.
Alright, you did well. Good
Killed
speed.
me.
Alright, so as I said, that was my plan. Like I said, maybe slightly cool on cool style points, but may not be as practical or as successful if the place was more heavily defended. Could also rely on many other things, like for example, if there's an MG out in the open, we would be fucked. If there was an additional QRF with helicopter reinforcements, we would find difficulty finding cover to fight that, so on and so forth, okay? So now it's your turn. Where's Riff? Did I teleport
I'm
him?
here.
Oh, there we are. Sorry, I couldn't see you then.
Oh, yeah, I'm not there.
You're invisible, that's right. Now it's your turn to pick apart my plan, okay? Just to feel like, just for you not to feel like you're not being picked on specifically. So, since I was a bit of a prick, James, you can start first and pick my plan apart.
I would say, first of all, I mean, in anything other than maybe this specific game of Arma, the AI would have started shooting at us from the very first smoke grenade. I think we got quite lucky that they didn't bother doing that. The smokes were a good idea, but the enemy had elevation, which meant if any of them on the second story, we wouldn't really have been concealed by the smokes pretty much the entire attack. It seemed a little bit lighter on enemies, I think, which helped us. But yeah, overall it was a bit confusing because you sort of told me off for the smokes on our attack and relied on them for your attack, and I'm now very confused. I think we got lucky, if I'm honest with you, that they didn't shoot us because we were only shooting smokes at them. Which
Okay,
I don't know.
First off, were the smokes a problem when we were attacking?
No, but realistically in an op, I think the enemy would have been shooting at us from when that first smoke grenade goes off. Does that make sense?
Well, like I said, they're the exact same settings as AI. So I don't know why they didn't do it, and I was not fucking around as Zeus, but whatever. Okay, that's right.
I'll just say though that it depends on the enemy. If the enemy is disciplined, no, they won't start firing when they get the smokes because they're going to wait till they actually see men, because shooting smoke does fuck all for anybody. So no, they won't necessarily shoot at smoke. They might have, if they've still got the mortar team, they might have mortared the shit out of the beach. That's the other thing they might have done.
That's another valid reason. Then we would be fucked. Right. Okay, James. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Nero?
It seemed fine until when we got into the compound. Like there was an enemy just inside one of the doors, like next to the first building we assaulted that no one saw, and everyone else walked past him. I had to shoot him through a plywood wall. That was the only thing that I picked up, but the rest of it seemed okay. Crossing the upper ground wasn't too bad. It would have been nice to see. Like I'm pretty sure you did have people on Overwatch just watching that, just to be sure.
Okay, but, so this is why I got Riff to be a Zeus. Riff, how many AI were there? Were there more? A lot, quite a few AI down.
There's quite a few.
It was no less than what you guys have had to deal with.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there was an AI in the first building we attacked. There was the front door, and there was an enemy outside, literally just outside the front door, and like 3 people walked right past him.
Oh, right. Okay, right. So in that regard, mistakes happen, Nero, right? Luckily, you were part of the team. You recognized it and dealt with it. That's why it's important working as a team, and that's why I get really pissy when someone lone wolfs, because you're not going to be able to catch everything. This is why it's important to play as a team. So you highlight an important point there. Anything else?
No, that's kind of it. The rest of it seemed okay. Like we cleared all the buildings pretty easily. And yeah.
Okay, Peacemaker.
Well, overall it went good. The main concern with the original plan is we don't have any retreat route. So if we would be, bogged down, overwhelmed with suppression fire, we're done for. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Dragon?
Just one question. Why did everyone, including you, get technicals and I still got mortars?
Switch it up.
Take it personally.
You want me to put a mission down for you that you think your thing would go better if it had a technical, not a mortar?
But I'm just wondering why if you want to switch it up, why? And that's fine. It's just stupid.
A good argument for you. Why not?
But I'll say for the reason I put the technical down in the last one is that you were in the compound, and if I wanted mortars, I'd have had to mortar my own position, which I wouldn't have done.
Yeah, I know. It's my only real comment is that I feel like the plan maybe a little too much smoke. Like if this was a regular op, we wouldn't have smoke for the rest of the operation.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I don't know how to use the grenade launcher. I worked it out though, so it's fine.
Right. Okay, like I said, right, that's fine. So you think we used too much smoke for the attack? That's fair enough. All right, Husky?
I thought it was all great. The only thing I would say is keep in mind on how far the MG is from your position because the bullet travel time. When you said MG stop, I stopped, but I counted and I've hit 5 bullets against the plywood. So maybe take an account of how far your MG is.
Travel time.
That's
Travel
the one.
time.
Yeah, so call it in earlier, a little bit earlier.
I did. We weren't even at the center building at that point.
That must have been an enemy AI then.
None of us were at the center point of that building at the moment. That's why I called it before we moved. But okay.
Saw someone then.
It's something that squad leaders should remember, and anybody playing. So yeah, no, that's a good suggestion. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Monarch?
Nothing else. Everything's been hit that I was going to say.
Okay, Riff, you've got a bird's eye view.
Yeah, with regard to how much cover you'd have had with the smoke, I initially went on top of the nearest big building and I stood right on top of it, which I can't imagine the enemy being doing because I effectively standing on the girder at the top. And yeah, from up there, I could have engaged you, particularly further when you first started, that first run to your first blind spot. But then I changed down to the actual upper level where the guard would have been at the window. And actually from there, his view was pretty well blocked by the smoke. The other thing I'd say is when you do hit the dead ground, guys, you've got to stay right at the bottom of the dead ground. And a couple of you were crawling to the top to obviously to peek the building because you were looking directly to where I was. Believe me, in real life, if there's bullets flying, you won't do that. You should be lying at the deepest point you can get. You know roughly where the building is. You don't, if you're going to chuck smoke, you're only chucking it in the general direction of. You're not, trying to hit a sixpence or something like that. So deep down, if you're in the dead ground, hug the ground. But other than that, no, it went pretty well. I think the thing to point out with all of these is that there is no right answer. And luck plays a hell of a lot into any of this. We've done it in ops already. where you can have the greatest plan in the world, and then you walk around the corner and some fucking sheep herder's there or goat herder's there, and that's what happens in real life. That's how Bravo 20 got caught. They walked into a bunch of goat herders, basically. So shit happens. There is no right answers in this. The only thing is, to look at the problem, come up with a possible solution, and follow it through. And we've all got 20/20 hindsight after it's over, but there's nothing you can do about that. You've just got to look at it, assess it on the ground, and go for it.
Good words. Okay, so overview and summary of what today is about. All right, today is about understanding that every role has a purpose, and you need to look about the environment you're in to maximize the effectiveness of your role. Understand the importance of working as a team, okay, and why a team is so important. Okay, and also understand that sometimes speed and aggression and getting stuck in is a lot better than sitting there trying to form a plan halfway through the middle of a firefight. But sometimes that can also, what needs to be done is you need to sit there, take a step back and go, right, this is not working, we need to find a different route. Okay, and it's about making those decisions at the right, correct times to maximize your luck, essentially, and maximizing the amount of success you have in operations. There's not a single squad leader that I've ever known that gets everything right all the time. Everybody fucks up. But it's the whole thing about working as a team is to help those fuck ups not be huge fuck ups. And that is why working as a team is important. Okay, you've all done extremely well today. I'm really happy and really proud of you all today. You've all come in, conducted yourselves extremely maturely, and really got your teeth into this and really gone for gold. So thank you all so much. In reward of that, you guys get to shoot me with a minigun. Okay.
What is it?
So hang on a minute, Dragon. Come on, let me explain it. All right. So in the arsenal, there's a gun called the Epilator. You can basically pick it up and attach as many mags as you want. It's like a 500 round mag. Okay. To stand out on the opposite side where the